Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. I'm RJ and we live in the back of a 96 Dodge Maxi full-time and work at a car dealership. Today's weather, it's a blistering 60 degrees. No, it ain't. It's 50 degrees and it is about 5:45 in the morning. It's going to be record highs today. I don't know what that means, but maybe for the day. But record highs to me would be in the triple digits. But maybe for the day, because they predicted 71. So maybe that will be the high on this day in history. I don't know. Back to the channel, that's the weather. And let's see. There's no traffic. The traffic report says traffic is null. Why? Because I'm already at work. I've been camping in the parking lot, which saves me a whole lot on gas. That's it. And it is morning coffee, brought to you by Morning Coffee. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? I'm doing quite well. It's amazing. It takes me a day or two to get over something that I go through. Yesterday, the last video, you heard that some people got blistered, and we're going to keep that going. We're going to hold their feet to the fire, and we're going to have a awesome service drive when it's over with. And it is what it is. Now, on to something we all can relate to. We're going to go off topic, off subject. We're not going to talk about van life. Just something struck me this morning. And first of all, disclaimer, check with your doctor before you do anything. I'm just telling you what worked for me. So let's dig into it. Do you know that I used to be 289 pounds? I'll show the picture in a moment. 289 pounds. I am now down to about 188. No, I'm down. I got on a scale 3 weeks ago at the studio, and I tipped it at a massive 180. 180. That's a lot more than 100 pounds. That's almost a little person. And people are just, how did you do it? How'd you do it? Well, let's go back a little bit. This is when I was at the Nation. They had these things that save you on insurance. You had to meet these certain requirements, blah, 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 blah. So I started getting some blood work done and this and that and the other. And my doctor put a little scare in me. Not scary. He was just telling me like it is. I love Dr. Miller. Tell me for me to sit there and eat. I said, no. I'm not going to do the diet thing. I've seen too many of them, and I didn't do that. He said, well, you need to do something. You're obese with a T, and he specified a T because, man, I was 289 pounds, and that was on that day. I imagine I was 292 for the most part. So what did I do? Now, I will tell you this. This was a long process. Well, I did. The first thing I did that was really easy to do, I cut out every bit of fast food. Every bit of fast food. I didn't do any fast food anymore. I kept eating everything else. I just did no fast food. And I did that for about a month. And then I rechecked myself and I dropped some weight. And I'm like, yeah, this is working. It wasn't much, but it was working. And I eliminated something from my diet. I picked something. I eliminated it. And I kept everything else the same. I just eliminated this one item. and it drops some more. Or if it didn't drop, I'm like, okay, that's not the right thing. I need to do this. But I kept eliminating my diet and adjusting. And when I made an adjustment, I kept it there for about a month to 6 weeks. And if it was a positive gain or loss, I kept it all the way down to where I'm whittled down now. So it took 5 years. It took me 5 years to go from 280. And the doctor was like, Mr. Miller was like, I'd rather see this much a week or this much a month or whatever, but you're moving the needle in the right direction. You're never going up when you come in. You're always going down. It may not be much or it may be a lot, but you're always going down. And slowly but surely, it whittled away. You really want to know, I started to lose weight was, this is going to be, it's real. Couldn't wipe my butt. I couldn't reach around. It was getting harder for me to reach around and clean myself. And that's when that process started. 205, 201, and then I had my little accident. And things just kind of got put on hold with that because that was not the focus of my life, effectively. And every once in a while, I would bounce down, the next 3.5, 4 years, I did something else. And really didn't, I just watched what I ate, but I really didn't work on it. And I kept myself about 190, in the 190 range. As long as it's below 200, I'm okay. And I did good. And every once in a while, I would jump back up to 215 and I would binge and have to get my mindset, and then I'd bring it back down. We're going to fast forward to when I started at this dealership. When I started at this dealership, I was 198 going in. And been there 6 months. My diet hasn't changed. I didn't change much. It's just the activeness. Because I walk around fast. I walk really fast. I get into a hyper mode. And I got on a scale a few weeks ago. And I was shocked. Because I was not in the 190s. I was 180. 180 to be exact. Now, let me tell you what my diet consists of. I'll eat a beef patty once a week or 2 beef patties. I just binge out on it, just 2 of them. I may not make no vegetables. If I make vegetables, it's either going to be corn or sauteed spinach. I use a lot of spinach. And I do Brussels sprouts. A lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts. I cook them in my Camp Chef oven. I've got a way to do that, and it comes out good. Now I'm on this kick trying to get down to 165. That's my ideal weight by my height. I'm 60 years old. Everybody, a lot of weight. I still got a little tummy. I think I'll work on that in a little while. I think that's where it's at. If I can drop that, I'll probably be down to about 140. But getting back to what we did. I don't drink no Cokes. That was another thing. When I dropped the soda pop, I lost 25 pounds in 18 days. I kept that one. I just went to straight water, which was bland, which was boring, but I did it. And that pulled that off. I cut down on my candy to where I bought worms, little gummy worms, and I'd eat 3 of them, and that's all I would eat. And that bag would last me a week. And I did things like that to go on, because I'm not going to starve myself. That was the whole reason why I didn't want to go on a diet. Now, if you want instant self-gratification, this ain't going to work for you. But I cut out bread. What did I do with bread? Now, I do eat bread, but for the most part, I've cut it out. When I do bread, like when I eat my tuna, if I want to do tuna sandwiches, I'll make the tuna salad and I will use it on a cracker. And I eat less. When I go to eat out, I used to binge. Now I still do. I go to the Chinese buffet And I just gorge myself, which is what I was doing the whole time I was eating when I was at 289 pounds. But I made one thing from my diet. I eat a lot of fish, and I fry my food in olive oil, and I use real butter, and I don't put anything that's got high fructose corn syrup in it, and I don't use any sugar. I don't own sugar. I don't own salt. I haven't used salt on anything since I was 14. It has a blood pressure issue because my blood pressure was up. I even went blind for a while because right after getting my blood pressure regulated, I'll talk about it in another segment. Yeah, I just basically I don't fix meals, big meals. I even buy little cans of corn that you got at Walmart or whatever. The smaller portions, because the bigger portions I'm just not eating. Now, what I do now, I don't. On days I work, I don't eat breakfast. I drink my coffee, and then I have me a substantial dinner. And lunch is kind of hit or miss. I'll either eat something or I won't. I'm not focused on my stomach or my appetite. And, I guess shutting down certain receptors with certain foods kind of aided in that. But, yeah, that's my, I grill a lot. I eat a lot of chicken. I try to eat chicken 2 or 3 days a week. I try to eat red meat once a week. I'll eat chicken 4 or 5 times a week, to be honest with you. I will eat pork. I'll have to separate some days. If I eat pork on Monday, I won't go back to pork until Saturday or Sunday. So I got a spread in there. I had a bout with kidney stones at one time, and I'm thinking that was a fructose corn syrup or whatever. Oh, they were painful. That's another issue. They're very, very painful. That's it in a nutshell. I pretty much just ate what I wanted to eat. I eliminated a bunch of things. I didn't eat what I wanted to eat because I had to eliminate some things. You have to be selective. I did not want to starve myself. And that was the whole thing. I wanted to lose. I done put it on sitting at that service advisor desk for, 15 years. And when this quest started, and yeah, you put on the weight. You don't move. Now, I moved around a lot, but I put on the weight. But yeah, I'm down to 180-ish right here. It's probably, I feel lighter than that. I'm so in tune, I can almost feel me being heavy. And that's a good thing. It's an acquired thing. You gotta get used to your body. That I'm very in tune with my body. When things aren't, that's how I figure I gotta survive. But yeah, you can lose weight. I lost a whole nother person, and I pretty much just eliminated something from my diet, or a couple things from my diet, depending on what it was. But it took 5 years, and I did it. It was slow. Let me tell you, it was frustrating. I would only get on the scale once every 3 weeks. See, that's the other thing. I would only go on the scale once every 3 weeks because I didn't want to be obsessed with it. I was doing it as nonchalantly, as laid back as you possibly can. I learned to fill up my belly with water because it takes, 3 to 5 minutes to digest water. I shrunk my belly and eat a whole Basio's meat everything pizza with extra cheese. No bacon. I'd put the extra sausage on there. A large in one sitting. Myself. Now, I got to push past getting 3 slices down. That pizza's going to be there. That's going to be a 3-day pizza. I don't even buy a large anymore. When I do splurge, I'll buy a medium. And a medium goes for 2 days, 2.5. About 2 slices, about all I can stand. but I guess that's a good thing. So for you at the moment, I'm being that this is a little long, this is probably going to be today's video. Very likely it'll be today's video. So it's February 5th, I think I said it was, or 6th. I guess I got to look back at the thing. It's the day after what I did yesterday. Yeah, I think it's the 6th, because it is now Thursday. Because Ron came back on Wednesday. It is now Thursday. Fridays are always busy. That's tomorrow. We're going to jump this thing into high gear. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for doing the thumbs up. Thanks, everybody, for the comments. Thank everybody for subscribing. And thank you for just being you. Y'all have a great day. This is Roy. I'm in the back of this 96 Dodge Maxi van. Yeah. I wish I knew what date it was. I think it's the 6th. I believe it's the 6th. It's the 6th. I'm sure of it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Make somebody else happier that's around you. And call your mom.